to another episode of
Wine and Spirits!
Woo! Bitches.
Somebody had to say it.
Someone had to say it. Hey, so we are doing a red this time, and what is it?
It's French. I'm not going to try to pronounce it.
Cabernet-Syrah, what is it?
It's a 50% Cab, 50% Syrah.
It's a Maison Barboulot.
She tried.
I tried. I probably butchered it. Someone out there is going to be like, you said it wrong.
Like, what the dick, Myra?
Yeah, you said it wrong. But we're going to try it. Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh.
I
kind of like this one, too.
Yay! This is a good one.
I was a little worried about it.
Smells good.
It's really smooth.
Tastes good. It's fruity.
Before we started filming, I decided to take another bite of the spicy cheese, so my taste buds are a little off right now. But I do know it's smooth.
It tastes like a Cabernet, doesn't it?
Well, it's half Cab.
Oh, is it?
Yep, half Cab, half Syrah.
Mm.
It is a 2020.
Of course, I just said Syrah on it.
It's a 2020, so it's been aged 2 years.
A whole 2 years.
Look at that. Hold on, let's see. Nestled at the foothills of the Black Mountains. Oh my goodness. These vineyards soak up the Mediterranean sun while enjoying cool nights. We have carefully selected the ripest grapes to deliver sorry, it's really dark in here, okay?
It sounded like you said rump. Ginormous rump.
Maybe. Generous aromas of ripe cherry along with hints of vanilla. Ooh. On the palate and lingering finish. Yep. I agree with that.
Yeah, I do taste the vanilla. Mm-hmm. It does. This is really good.
I think I got this one from Trader Joe's for like $10.
Trader Joe's has some good
I
wines.
love Trader Joe's French wines, Italian wines. They're delicious. And they're reasonably priced too.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not good at that type of sign language, just the normal kind.
I don't know what that means. Anyways, yeah, I know one universal sign language, like,
yep.
Like, and it's the middle finger.
Okay, we're getting off track.
But you should definitely like and subscribe because we're wonderful.
Right. And share it with your friends and family. I mean, who doesn't like wine and paranormal stories? But today we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're actually going to talk about our top 3. We might do 4 or 5, I don't know. But we're going to talk about our top horror movies that we like and top paranormal ones. And then some dishonorable mentions later.
Yep.
Ones that shouldn't be deemed horror
because
movies.
They suck.
Yeah. And we are both horror fans. We love it up and down, paranormal, everything. So let's get into it. What should we talk about first? Okay. Let's start with horror movies.
All right. My all-time favorite is World War Z.
Oh, yes.
That is my number one. I've read the book about 5 times.
I haven't read the book yet,
oh my God.
But I want to.
Okay, so disclaimer, the book and the movie are so completely different.
Oh, are they?
They really are.
Oh, bummer.
They are, but...
I mean, that's kind of how it always is.
But the movie ended up being so fucking awesome.
Okay,
I was just
that's
so
what I was going to
excited
ask, because sometimes when you read a book and then you watch the movie does not live up to the book, and it's always, they leave stuff out, and you're just like, this sucks.
They did leave a lot out. It didn't
probably for time-wise.
Right, because, I mean, that's flying to different countries during an apocalypse seems a little, like, far-fetched.
Right?
So it makes sense that it's different. I'm a huge Brad Pitt with the long hair and beard. And the cast was like perfect.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Mm-hmm. I liked a lot of the elements in it, like his observation skills in that movie were so cool. That's what drew me in, like just the opening scene, the beginning, where he was like the little doll that was like singing the something train, and it was like 1, and he was watching the change happen, 2, 3, and then he was noticing how long it took for them to actually. That was so cool to me because I'm like, damn, that's smart.
Right?
Just to know, to sit and pause. All this chaos is going on around you, and you pause to see how long this man turns into a zombie, basically.
And like the doctor who's like, Mother Nature's a bitch.
Yep.
Like it. Sometimes their weakest things come off as the most powerful, and it was just like, and that's what he kept searching for.
And then all of a sudden he notices that the kid who looked like he
and the homeless guy at the very beginning, which a lot of people miss. The very beginning, there was a homeless guy when they were running into the apartment buildings. He was like,
he was just sitting there watching, drinking.
Yeah. With the bag.
Zombies are just running right past him. He's just like, oh, it's the end of the world. But yeah, the observation skills were awesome in there, and that's what really reeled me in because I'm just like, God. And also Brad Pitt, he's a phenomenal actor.
He's terrible.
Yeah, not cute at all. Yeah. But no, I really love that movie, and that was probably what got me the most excited is just him pausing just for that little bit to notice. And then, like, when he thought himself, like, he didn't know how it was transmitted.
Standing on the edge,
didn't know how it was transmitted, so, because he's like, and then he's like, it got in my mouth. That's how I would be like, yuck. But yeah, I love that movie, and I would rate that 1,000 stars, thumbs up, whatever.
I am so happy that's also, like one of your favorites. Yeah. That like makes my heart.
I think
so
like 2 weeks ago I just watched it again. Like
I did too.
I keep watching it over and over.
I turn it on just for fun.
And then like when he discovered that because that's their weakness, like he's like, we need to inject ourselves.
Oh my God! And him going through that,
and he like opens the can, and he drinks it,
and they all fall out.
Yep, and he's just like walking, and they're like running past him. And that other actor, I don't even know what his name is, the one that plays the zombie, that was like.
Oh my God, so creepy. I was like, stop doing that with your teeth, sir.
I'm like, oh, that's. He's like.
You do it really well.
But I was like, oh, I don't like that sound. It creeped me out. Because I'm like, but really he was a good actor, too. He played a really good zombie.
You could have done that. You did that really well.
I know. Sorry. But yeah, so that was a good movie. We're going to go through some more, but any of your favorite top horror movies, put it in the comments below because we'd love to hear it.
And I'd like to watch them if I haven't seen it.
Right. I want to see if there's anything that I haven't seen that you guys would recommend. What's another one? What were we doing?
What's your second favorite?
Train to Busan.
That is also my second favorite.
I watch a lot of Japanese horror flicks too.
They're amazing. Oh my God. They are amazing.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, from start to finish, that was awesome.
It kept you on your toes the whole time.
Yeah. It was just like, I don't know. It just, the whole piling up and then like crawling on each other to try to like get up the pile.
And can you imagine like pulling up to a train station and going through and then just having to fucking take, like, I don't know.
Take off.
That movie.
That was another thing that was always kind of like terrifying to me, to either be stuck on a train and someone turns, or to be stuck on a plane and someone turns.
Just like in World War Z, though.
Yeah.
They're stuck on a plane when all that shit happens. And
then you have the one idiot who knocks the thing over, so then they know that there's live people back there. It's just like,
God damn it.
Throw Joe out there because he...
God damn it, Joe.
Dang it. But yeah, that's creepy. And I was so... Sorry, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, so you might want to fast forward past this part or mute it. But that last scene where we're walking in the tunnel, and she like just starts, and there she's crying, she's like singing. I got so teary-eyed, and she's singing, and they're like about to shoot. They're like have the rifles up, about to shoot them, and then they hear her singing. And they're like, oh, stand down, stand down.
I was waiting for a second one to come out, and it never did.
Well, they kind of did, but it was kind of like well, I can't talk about that yet because we're going to talk about that later. But they did have a second one.
I didn't know that.
Something, Train to Busan Peninsula or something like that, or... Sorry, I gotta look it up.
Okay, I did not know
it's
that.
It's not Train to Busan. It's a different name, but it's
the same story line?
Yep. It has some of the same people. Of course, not the people who died, but Train to Busan 2. Yeah, it's Train to Busan 2, and it's Peninsula. It was okay. The reason why I didn't like it, because it was kind of like how Walking Dead got for me, where it went more away from zombies and more to
people, like
crazy people
yeah.
shooting up each other, stealing weapons, stealing supplies, and fight rings and all that stuff. And so I feel like it was kind of getting a little bit, it still had the zombie element in it, but it was getting a little bit away from that. And so it wasn't as thrilling as the first one was for me. But I still watched it. I didn't
Maybe
think it
I'll
was,
have to watch it. I haven't seen it.
but it wasn't as gripping as the first one. So I was like,
There's a zombie series I'm currently reading. I'm on book 5 of it. And the first book is called Dead South. And really liked it. It's a really easy read. The writing is it's a little easy. I don't know. But it's good for when you just kind of want to shut down.
Yeah.
But like now I'm on the 5th book and I've read them all this month.
yeah.
Which is sad.
Oh,
I know.
dang.
I know. So
Must be
I
a
have
really
a
good
problem.
series.
Kinda. This 5th book though is just like what you said. It is focused on crazy people and more of like person-person conflict, and I'm kind of like, the excitement is now fading, and that's how I feel like.
And I get it, because I mean, in an apocalyptic world, that's probably going to happen, where you're going to fight over resources, but I don't want to watch it. It's boring.
Let me see people get eaten alive.
Right. I want to see the zombie half crawling and chomping on someone's leg.
Exactly.
I mean, and there was a TV series, or actually it's on Netflix. It's called Black Summer. The first season was awesome.
I didn't like the second one.
I haven't finished it.
It was
terrible. I got bored.
Yep.
I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, is this even the same plot and stuff? Like,
no.
I get that it jumped ahead, but I'm like, can we do a kind of a recap of what happened after that stadium?
Oh, I absolutely agree. Like, how did you get to where you got?
Right. There was like no flashbacks or anything, and so I didn't understand. It's like all of a sudden they're in a house and people are lying dead. I'm like, what happened? So yeah,
I didn't finish that one either.
I didn't finish it.
It got boring.
Yeah, I'm just like, what?
Yep.
What's our third one? I can't remember.
Oh, for horror?
Yeah, from the movies.
28 Days Later.
Ooh.
So clearly we have a theme here. We really like zombies.
I love zombie movies.
Zombie movies and books are just...
Pub crawls. We did that for a while. Yeah, I miss those.
Amazing.
Zombie pub crawls. Those are fun.
So when 28 Days Later came out, I was in high school. And me and my best friend went to the movie theater to see that. And so we get to the theater. We're super excited. We're sitting in there. And there was a decent amount of people in the theater, and once it started, and probably the first 15 minutes, people got up and left, like most of the theater.
Like, left because they didn't like it? Like it was too much?
Yeah, they just got up and left, and I was like enthralled by this fucking movie.
Weird.
And I'm like, how dare them? What are they doing?
I thought it was a really good movie.
It was a great movie. And even the second one was good. Which I feel like
usually
a lot of times
sequels,
not so great.
I like the church scene. That creeped me out a lot. Like when he went in there and he's like, hello?
And they all start
one's like
popping up.
That's what they look like.
Like, what was that game at Chuck E. Cheese where they pop up?
Oh, yeah, Whack-A-Mole.
That's what they look like.
Yeah. I mean, how creepy is that they're like in like kind of like a comatose state and they're just laying there and it looks like a bunch of dead people.
Right.
And then all of a sudden he like speaks and like they like pop up. But like I always like in zombie movies, and I know I get it because Casper says it to me all the time, well, if they didn't do that, there would be no suspense and there would be no movie. I get it, but I just want someone to make a movie that's a little bit more realistic, that like if something like that is coming towards you and they're like not responding and they're like, okay.
My ass would be
you're not like,
so fucking fast.
You're not like, John, what's wrong? What's wrong with your face, John? And you're like that close? Hell no. You are kicking some shit and running.
Yep.
Like
Agreed.
I it's hard. Like I think it was like I don't know if it was a pastor or something that was upstairs in that church.
It was the priest.
So his,
like,
coming towards him and he's like, what's going on?
What's wrong with you?
Like that. And then he's like this. And I'm like, and then I always have to wonder too, because that's how I felt about Walking Dead, is like some of these bodies, even when it was supposed to be years later, are supposed to be like old and decrepit and like falling apart and stuff. How are they still so strong? Like when they get a zombie on them and they're like wrestling it, I'm like, really? It's stronger than you? Like, I don't know.
That is definitely for show.
I know,
And,
I get it.
To keep it suspenseful.
I'm too passionate.
I know. There is a book series, and I'm just gonna throw this out there for anybody who likes to read. It's called Omega Days.
Ooh.
Oh.
I actually have that in my.
Wait, what?
I haven't started it yet, but I actually have it in my Kindle.
They have like 7 books. All of every single one of those books was fucking amazing.
Is it? Okay,
oh my
good.
God, that is my all-time favorite book series, The Omega Days.
That's
so
good to know.
Read it.
I have it.
And I just fucking binged them, and I could not. And I have one of the ones, it's called Crossbones. You can't find it anywhere. I ordered it on, well, I guess you could get it for Kindle, but I wanted the whole set in paper. It was from a library. It was an old library book, but that fucking thing cost me like $30.
Oh.
I was real pissed about it.
But
I still bought it.
How many books is it in
I think it's 7.
Okay, good.
Red Queen is the last. And I think they were supposed to come out with a new one soon. But they're fucking amazing.
Red Queen. That reminds me of Resident Evil.
You wait.
The Red Queen.
That fucking book series is...
I can't wait.
Oh, I want you to read it. I'll reread it while you read it.
I can't wait to read it. Because I have it in my... Well, I just have the Omega one, the first one. Is it a series?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so obviously I'm going to have to get the other ones.
Yeah. No, I'll reread it. When you start it, let me know. And I'll read... Yep. Ooh, that makes me excited.
I kind of want to do like a zombie or like horror type book club, like where we watch or read the books of the movies that we like, and then kind of like discuss it.
Yeah.
I got a bobblehead. I don't know what the bobblehead's saying.
I was going to say you can read it on the podcast.
Oh God, we could do that
So, like,
too.
I don't want to read out loud.
I could do it.
Just
I'm
look
too
down
loud
and read
though.
it.
Oh my God.
I just can't eat anything spicy before I read it.
Yes, you can't.
So I'm like. But okay, so that's with horror movies.
Okay.
We were gonna do paranormal.
Paranormal.
What's our?
What is you?
Do I have a list? I don't think I have a list.
I have the list.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
you do.
The Conjuring.
Yes. Yep.
I feel like that's a given. I don't know if I've met anybody who was like, that is a terrible movie.
I'm sure there's someone out there that doesn't believe.
Well,
that's
they're
like,
wrong.
But I like it. I mean, I also like it because I followed I watched a documentary on Ed and Warren.
Lorraine?
Or Ed and Warren.
Lorraine Warren.
Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Yep.
And like all their artifacts and stuff like that and all the stuff that
It is
happened
really
to them.
cool because it is, I mean, they're
True.
based on true events, so it makes it more relatable, and the fact that you're watching it and you're like, oh my God, this shit actually happened to people. Like,
right.
Ew.
And I mean, and
disturbing.
it's kind of weird that, because they always embellish on, they change certain stuff for Hollywood.
Right.
Like Annabelle.
Was a fucking Raggedy Ann doll.
Annabelle was a Raggedy Ann doll.
I had 2 of those at
and
home.
wasn't actually the way she's depicted in movies.
Yep.
But I mean, she does look creepier in the movies. But it's just like, it's interesting how they change stuff. Like,
I agree.
which we'll be talking about, I think. The Amityville Horror House is not the actual house that it happened in. And they had to like move because so many people were coming to where they actually lived. Yeah, the house that's depicted in the movie is not the actual house.
I didn't know that.
Their house looks like totally normal.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, we'll
All right,
talk
I
about
gotta
that again.
Google it.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you the
That's
actual house when we're done. But yeah, it's just weird how they change certain stuff for Hollywood. And I get it because you got to do stuff that's gripping, that pulls people in. But it's just like interesting when you get like the actual facts of stuff.
So the whole like Raggedy Ann dolls, my mom, like my grandma made a set of Raggedy Ann dolls that I had growing up, and I loved them. They were my favorite thing.
Nice.
They are missing.
Really? Like
Nobody
just
can
lost
find
in
them.
the move
No.
or anything?
After my mom has always had them, and she cannot find them.
Ooh.
And they were my favorite. And I told Bill, and he said absolutely not. But we're gonna compromise, and we're gonna do
Well,
it.
because
So
I know, because we have the future episode where we're going to be talking about dolls again, and I have some special guests that are coming, so
yes,
he might not want to be here for that, because we have a lot of special guests that are being offered to us from some friends of mine.
Ooh.
So,
but I'm excited. I want that set of Raggedy Ann dolls to be on my couch
yeah, that would be cool.
because they're so cute. But
and probably paranormal since they're missing.
I don't know. Yeah, my mom's like, I can't find them anywhere.
Weird.
Which is very strange because we've had them my entire life.
That's so weird.
Yeah. So.
That's weird. But yeah, a Conjuring, a favorite scene of mine in there that was creepy and why I had a hard time going in the basement at my childhood home now is when she's sitting on the stairs with the light and then you see the hands go right next to her. Come on, that game that they play to kind of like Marco Polo.
Me. Yep.
Yeah, that creeped me out.
Yeah, I like the first one too. The other ones are great, but the first one's definitely my favorite.
The first one gripped me the most.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a fifth one?
A fifth.
Whatever the last one that was the newest one that just came out, that was
At the church, right, where they went.
That was okay for me. I didn't like it as
Agreed.
much as the other ones. I can't remember what it was called. I think I want to say
It was.
The Devil Made Me Do It.
Devil Made Me Do It.
The Devil Made Me Do It one was okay for me.
Was all right.
It was it was just not that great. So,
I agree.
And I'm sure the real story of whatever happened to them was probably more intriguing than what the movie made it, but it was like okay for me.
Agreed.
What do we have for
All right.
the other?
Paranormal Activity or Insidious.
Insidious.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I like.
And creepy. I like the whole thing that they explored with astral projection. 'Cause I feel like we were talking about in previous episodes, I feel like everyone's has done it. But
You
maybe
did
we
say
don't.
that, right?
Yeah, but maybe they don't remember. I feel like I've done it sometimes, but I just don't remember fully. And maybe that's why we have deja vu.
I've read some weird things about deja vu.
What? Like what?
That so every time one theory from somebody that I've read.
I hate it, by the way.
I know.
It drives me
I
nuts
know.
because I'm just like.
But when you have deja vu, and this is from somebody I watched on the internet, so it's, take it with a grain of salt, please. But I just found it like, oh, that's weird. They believe that every time you have deja vu, that is when you died in a past life.
At
that moment.
I kind of believe that.
I don't know. I heard it. I was like, oh, that's weird. Okay. All right.
There was a conversation that I had with Casper, and Gio had said something right at that exact time. And I'm like, I already had this conversation. It was so weird. It was so vivid. And you get the goosebumps because you've experienced it already. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, am I going crazy or is it happening? It was like a time loop.
Isn't that weird?
It reminded me of that scene in The Matrix when he was like, oh, deja vu, when the cat walked
Yes.
by and they're like, what did you say? And then it meant like something was happening. I don't know. But that's how I felt, and I'm just like, I hate deja vu.
Yeah.
Because it happens to me often.
Same.
And I'm just like,
Yep.
But Insidious, I love that whole astral projection, him walking and going in a dream state and trying to find it.
And that reminds me of your sister and all her weird dreams, too. I don't know. It just
I feel like it's like is it happening and you're watching it and then you're coming back and then...
Right.
I don't know.
Weird.
And then I got kind of sad at the same time, but I was like, oh, when he came back and it turned out, and she took a picture and she was like, oh, and it was the lady in black and it wasn't her husband. I'm like, oh man.
God damn it.
But that was another good one and was
good.
also creepy.
And also, I like the first one better than the others.
Yeah, the clicking sound and then that like red guy popping
thank
up. I'm
you.
like, so now, oh, speaking of the clicking sound, so that reminds me.
Is Casper clicking again?
No.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding. But no, when I was telling you about when I was getting Gio to sleep, and he's like, oh, and I heard the clicking, and I was like, and he's
Right.
like, oh, you hear that clicking sound? And I'm like, oh no, it's just the fan, buddy. It's okay. And he's like, no, that means he's coming. That means he's here. That clicking sound is the sound that it sounded like in Insidious. That, like, I can't even imitate it. But anyone who's seen Insidious or go and just watch that
that's
scene,
creepy.
that clicking sound is what I heard in his bedroom, and that he was talking about some dark
That's when he
guy
comes?
being up in the that means he's here up in
my
the corner.
God.
And I'm like, don't tell me that. And that's when I got the cold on my back and everything. I'm like, and like I want to leave, but I don't want to leave my baby. But yeah,
Ew.
so Insidious hits
good
too
one.
close to home.
For her, not me. I don't want to. Sorry.
Yep.
All right, and then we
Ooh,
got paranormal activity.
You know, we're gonna get mixed reviews about this.
We are, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's corny as fuck." However, if you experienced any of that in real life, same. It is. It turns out to be a lot scarier than like.
I mean,
I watched it and I was like, I can relate to this. Not the
thank
possession
God-
part, obviously.
thank
but-
God he hasn't had any imaginary friends. I don't know what I'm gonna do if he ever gets any. If he gets any, I'm sprinkling some holy water on that shit because I do not want to deal with that at all. No friends named Toby.
Oh my God.
No
So
friend,
creepy.
no friends named Mr. Howdy. I don't want any of it in our house.
And I really loved the first one. The first one was also my favorite, but like the
Lot of jump
progression
scares.
and how you find out like why things happened was
Yep.
just very like, ooh.
That
ooh.
is okay. That's supposed to be your sister. That's pretty messed up that she put that curse, allowed that curse to be put on her because he was trying to remove it from the other sister.
Yep.
But I don't remember, I think it was called Inner Dimension. It was one of the paranormals that kind of showed,
I think it was that one.
I don't remember. No. Oh, sorry. This is going on my dishonorable mentions. The Paranormal Activity Next of Kin.
That was terrible.
Fucking awful.
I agree.
Awful. It had nothing to do with anything paranormal. It was awful. That's all I can say about
Yep.
that. That's all I'm going to give it time for. It doesn't even deserve any more of my time.
Boom.
I stayed up late for that and was tired the next day at work.
And she said what she said.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was
Maisie's
so
giving
cute.
Casper kisses right now, and you guys can't see it, but it's really cute.
But there was a paranormal activity that kind of tied into Micah and whatever her face was story. Like he stepped through a door
Yep.
and then he was in their house and she started screaming and then
Yep.
that's when she grabbed a knife
Favorite.
and she killed him and then went upstairs and killed Micah. That was kind of cool that they tied it back in there, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
It was kind of like the Final Destination series, how they wrapped it up. But yeah, Paranormal Activity kind of creeped me out, especially when they kept distorting her voice when she's like, it's all gonna be okay now.
I know, you're like-
She's laying in the bed, I'm like, come on, why are they gonna do
Stop.
that? That's creepy.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I like the Paranormal Activities.
I do
I mean,
too.
some of it I know looked kind of hokey, but
Right. Well, it's kind of like the Blair Witch Project of
I
the
know.
2010s. and
you know,
above.
it didn't.
So
It
I
was
don't know.
that was hokey too, but it still creeped me out. There's
Yeah.
still elements in it that creeped me out, like when they were in the tent and they heard that.
That came out when I was
Sound.
in middle school, by the way, because I'm young,
She's
young-ish. And we
She's
watched it at a sleepover. I swear to God, it was real. When I was younger, I thought it was real, so it really freaked
Especially
me
when they were
out.
talking about when they would kill one person, they put the other one in the corner.
Yeah.
In the corner, and then she came down the stairs and he was
Yeah.
facing the corner.
And
was
then I
like,
watched it when I was an adult, and I'm like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen.
Did you see the sequel?
No.
You gotta watch the sequel.
Is it
That's even
stupid?
better. I mean, it's not bad. It's kind of hokey. It's kind of messed up, actually, when you think
Okay.
about it, how everything happened. It was kind of cool. There's another new one on Netflix. I haven't watched it yet. It's in my queue. I'm gonna watch it
What is
just
it?
because it's the Blair Witch Project. It's one of the
It's a
guys coming to find what happened to their sister
Really?
that disappeared in the original. Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't watched
Maybe
it
I'll
yet,
watch it
but I'm
too.
like, I'm gonna watch it just because I wanna
Maybe it'll be better.
See if it's gonna be any better. Probably not, but we'll see.
And then I have an honorable mention because I do really like this movie.
Oh yeah.
It's called The Forest.
Oh yeah.
And it takes place in Japan, which all the paranormal buffs will know. Like, there's the forest over there by Mount Fuji.
Is that the suicide forest?
Yep, the Suicide Forest.
Yeah.
Which is really neat because we've been really close to there. Like, the dogs are fighting again.
Yikes. Reggie.
Hi, Reggie.
Hi. Oh.
So yeah, the forest was really good, and I just read about. They think there's some kind of like magnetic things that happen there that kind of
Disorients people.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's like a thing. So
I was actually watching a documentary, and they're saying that some people go on hikes in there and they get lost, and
Yep.
that's what happens.
Yep.
And like something is screwing with people's
Right.
minds and stuff like that, and
Yep.
yeah.
So us living in Japan and us like watching that, we're like, oh wow, like, oh, I want to go there. It's beautiful. Like,
Yep.
I mean, we've been close there. We flew over Mount
Yeah.
Fuji, but we never like went to the forest.
And ventured in.
No, but like it would be. We know people who have, and those people are a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie. They're a little off the rocker.
I feel like
I don't
because
know.
there's been so many suicides there, there's got to be some kind of impact when you go in there.
And do
Like
you-
maybe it preys on like your insecurity,
Right.
your weakness, or whatever you're sad about,
And do you know people like put strings
so that they can find their way back.
so people can find their bodies?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I mean,
So that movie
it's,
is really good. I
it's something
really
to
like
take
it.
seriously because that is what pretty much ruined.
let's-
What's his name?
We should do a podcast in the forest.
I'm not going all the way in there. I mean, I would stand on the outskirts, but I would not go all the way in there because one, I would be too afraid I would see someone dead, like
Which
hanging.
does happen.
Well, that's what happened to. That's what I was gonna say. Logan Paul. That's what ruined his. Pretty much.
Wait,
his,
what?
Logan. It ruined his career.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they.
Tell me more.
He's a jokester.
Yeah, I know who he is, but I didn't know he.
They went there,
Okay.
and there was
As a
actually.
joke?
No, I don't think he went there as a joke, but he was
Okay.
trying to debunk that it was haunted and stuff like that. Well, when they went in there, there was an actual. They took down the video, so you can't even. They scrubbed it pretty well. You can't even find it on the internet anywhere. They were in there, and there was a body hanging. So it was someone's loved one that probably didn't even know that they committed suicide.
Right.
And dab it up, chug, chug, chug.
Oh.
And they were making jokes and stuff like that. And then, like, walked out and realized that it was a real body. And then, like, because he had some off-color joke, and his career just
As it should.
tanked.
Because that's disgusting.
They pulled his sponsorship for multiple things that he had.
Is he the one who
They
does
banned him.
boxing now?
Yeah,
Oh
because
my
he's
God.
trying to reinvent himself, bring himself back.
Nope.
He's trying to box, and
What a
I'm
douche.
like,
Just
nope,
saying.
you ruined your career because he just made some. I don't know what comment he made. I can't remember what it was, but I'm just like, that was not the right time to do that.
No.
Because someone just found out through your podcast
That their
loved
fucking
one
family died.
killed themselves. Yeah. So, yeah, but that forest, they did a very good job of depicting what is in the documentary of how people get disoriented when they're
Yep.
there and they get lost, and how some people go even crazy if they don't get found and they end up killing themselves.
And I really like that there is a group of people who go out and specifically search for the bodies. Like, that is their job.
Yep.
And I just find it fascinating. I don't know. So
I would be scared to do that I would get stuck myself and disoriented and
right.
not make it back out.
I'm sure their training for that has to be
pretty extensive.
right.
But yeah, that's a good one. I was thinking also a movie that I watched was called Veronica. I think it is, I want to say it's in Portuguese maybe, but there's subtitles. But like, it's so good that you can read the subtitles quickly and still follow it. And it's about a girl who goes with friends. She's a straight-laced girl, goes to church,
Yeah.
very good. She plays with a Ouija board with friends, and they try to conjure up like what they read. And these friends were I think originally were trying to play a joke on her, but she actually really got possessed, and they thought she was joking, and she just went. I don't want to ruin the movie, so
No, because I haven't seen it yet.
So I'm gonna stop there.
Okay.
But it's a possession movie, and they do a very good job on it. Like
Veronica.
even better, yeah. I'll send a screenshot and I'll send it to you. But even better than Emily Rose, the Exorcism of Emily Rose. That one creeped me out only because of the religious stuff, like her going into a church. That kind of creeped me out. But all the things that they talk about, like the something smelling gets burning, something happening at 3 a.m., all those are kind of like Antichrist depictions of, of the devil. So that's what creeped me out about it. It was kind of the people walking past, that kind of, I was trying not to laugh because of the face and stuff. But the Veronica one is a very good possession one, so you got to watch that.
Done. I will watch it. By next time that we film again, I will have seen
that was a good one. And then some people might not say this is a good one, but 13 Ghosts is another cool one.
I've never seen it, I don't think.
I liked it. They had one of the wines I'm bringing is the Juggernaut. That was one of the ghosts in that movie. And that one was a really cool one, too. It's based off of a house that's designed. It's like a puzzle.
Okay. Oh.
And the guy that designed it killed all these people to give them he was trying to like open up a portal to something.
Isn't that based on a true story?
I think it might be, but I didn't get to
dive
too deep in it. But I thought it was pretty cool.
Okay.
So I like that one too.
Okay.
Did we do all of our paranormal movies?
Yes.
Oh, what was... Yeah.
But TV shows, I'm just going to do an honorable mention here.
Yep.
My favorite paranormal TV show is The Haunting of Hill House.
Ooh. First season, yep.
First season. The second season was meh.
Didn't like the second season.
First season, like, oh my God. Every time I rewatch it, I just think the bent neck lady fucking scares me. I will watch it during the day, and then I'll go lay in bed, and I'm like, nope, I'm closing my eyes.
Yeah.
It still freaks me out, even though I don't know.
That was a very good series. I was very disappointed with the second season.
I was too. The Blair Manor, Bly Manor.
Yeah, Bly Manor. It wasn't as good. I didn't like it. Another dishonorable mention that I'm going to say is La Llorona.
Agreed.
So we originally were supposed to watch it because we went into the drive-in theater with my sister Simone, and that was the third movie. But Gio got tired and he kind of fell asleep, so we decided to leave after that. Well, I'm glad we did. We watched it later. It was awful. It's a very intriguing story. It's it's about a mother who, in a fit of rage because her husband's cheating on her, kills their 2 kids, drowns them, and then she regrets it later, and so she's doomed to, she drowns herself, kills herself because she regretted it, and then she's doomed to, like, travel the earth, like, searching for her kids, and she's crying, and supposedly it's kind of similar to the Banshee. Like, if you hear her cry, that means that you or a loved one's going to die, or someone's going to die.
Ooh.
Kind of, like, there's a movie called The Banshee, too. And they're kind of similar. I don't know which one came out first. Maybe someone out there can put it in the comments if they know more about it. But yeah, it's like if you hear her cry, that means you're going to die. I'm just like, that's kind of creepy, but the way they did the movie was not good.
It was not as, like, I agree.
It did not pull me in. It did not scare me. I was just like, I was yawning through the movie. I'm just like, is this done yet? How much longer? And another one that I don't like, Hostel.
Oh, okay, that was different than I was going to say.
Hostel is...
I never liked that one either.
Is about 80% gore and 20% porn.
Oh,
so
like
if you
Human
like blood and
Centipede?
guts and porn...
Is it like Human Centipede? Oh. Just kidding.
I couldn't even watch the other ones.
Oh, the black and white one?
I barely made it through the first one. It was just... I barely made it through the first one. It was so gross. the whole eating poop stuff, and it hurts my stomach.
Oh.
It was so gross. I
true.
can't. So and someone's like, no, you should watch the other ones. They're great. I'm like, nope.
You know, they made it the second one they made black and white because it was too gory for television.
Oh, really?
That is why.
I did not know that. Jeez.
We watched it. Bill didn't tell me what we were watching, and we were. He was like, "Let's have a movie night." I'm like, "Great, let's make." I'm making dinner. I made dinner, and then we sat in front of the TV.
Oh no,
and
you ate? You watched it while you're eating dinner?
As I'm eating, I'm like, "The fuck." And then I stopped eating, and then I continued to drink a bottle of wine, which was way better.
See?
If you hear that,
I agree. I agree, Reggie.
that's Reggie. If you hear him in the background,
Yeah.
he's talking. You have to tell him it's a pretty bone.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Reggie, that's such a pretty bone. Oh my God, that's so nice. Yeah, he's
But yeah,
such a good boy.
I'm trying to think if there's any other dishonorable mentions.
I'm easy. Okay, this one might ruffle feathers, but I'm gonna say what I say, and I don't care. I hated the Babadook. Done. Said it. People were like, "That is the scariest movie I've ever seen." No, bitch, that sucked. That's all I have to say about it. I did not. I was very unimpressed.
I guess I was expecting it to be scarier.
Well, people were
It
like,
was
"This
kinda
is
creepy.
the scariest one ever." So I
It
went
wasn't the
into it
scariest.
very excited, and I was very let down.
It wasn't the scariest for me. It was creepy, but it was just, I don't know, there were so many like plot holes, so I'm just like, yeah. But I like playing that though.
The Babadook. It wasn't that.
I can't even do it because it makes me cough.
You can go say hi. Come here. Come here. Ben, right here. Come on.
That was
Ben,
creepy.
here, come here.
I didn't know where that
Ben,
came
come
from.
here. Nope. He wants to say hi, but he also just wants food.
No, will you say hi?
I don't know if you guys can see his face, but he's really cute.
You gotta get up here though.
Ben, come here. Come here. Come on. Come here.
He said.
Come here. No, okay. I think he's done.
But yeah, so I don't know. Does that wrap up our list?
Yeah, I think so.
I cannot think of anything else. If you guys have any suggestion horror movies or paranormal movies, let us know in the comments below that you think that we would like to see. Or if you have any comments about what we listed here, like if you agree, disagree, go ahead and
Which
share
I'm
your comments.
sure we're going to have people who are like,
oh yeah.
I know a lot of people.
Especially for paranormal activity.
Oh, and I think a lot of people don't like World War Z.
Why? And if you don't...
Because I think it doesn't follow the book. And
No, I'm just kidding.
That is what I've heard.
I haven't read the book yet, so I'm excited to read the book and see.
The book is
if
great.
it's going to change my view.
The book is
I don't
great.
know. They did a very good job with the movie.
I forgot to tell you. Bill and I listened to World War Z for the first time on audiobook, but we were driving back from Simi Valley, California, so LA area, back to 29 Palms. And there was a monsoon, thunderstorms happening, and we were in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the desert, listening to this. Leslie, our child, was only a year old at this point, or less. He was probably younger. Asleep in the back seat, in the middle of the desert. Our car breaks down. It's fucking lightning, thundering, pouring rain. But we're listening to World War Z like, this is the end. We're dying. This is where we die. And it was, I think that's where, I don't know, it was kind of awesome.
Oh no,
scary.
that's creepy. Oh, we were going to talk about the Cecil Hotel too.
We
the
can do that.
Cecil.
We can do
Cecil.
that next one. Next
But
episode.
we're going to talk about that next episode because we have a lot to say on that. It's specifically about
the Cecil Hotel. And,
what happened to, I think it's Elisa Lam.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about that next episode, and we're going to get into detail about some stuff about what happens in the hauntings and the documentary that I watched too. So we're pretty excited about that because that's pretty interesting and creepy. And if we can, we're going to try to see if we can get some video up there because there's specific things I want to talk about what's happening there that I think is paranormal.
Yep.
But that will be on next episode. Again, if you like our content, like, subscribe, share. Send in your user stories.
Yes.
We love reading them. I mean, we love telling our personal stories too. But
Or send in a movie, we'll watch it, and then we'll talk about it.
right. If you
Anything.
have
I
a
don't
video
know.
of something paranormal that happened, send that in to us too, because we will review and talk about that as well.
Yep.
But
Sounds good.
again,
All right.
we'll see you on the other
Bye,
side.
pages.
Yay!